Everything is coming together at the perfect time for Casper. Hello and welcome back to Tommy Does Crypto. In today's video, I'm going to be covering some insanely bullish Casper news that is sure to send the price surging. The culmination of all these factors could signal that within the next couple of weeks, we should be seeing a new all-time high and into price discovery as we look to hit a new major peak after an elongated shakeout region. Firstly, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin's price action. And a few days ago, we hit another nice bounce off the lower support line of this bull flag structure, which signals that the support is holding strong. And as of right now, of the two scenarios I've predicted, scenario 1 looks more likely to unfold towards the end of Q4 between October and December time, which could mean that we might see a new all-time high before 2025 rolls around. As I spoke about in my last video, there still remains to be fears of a global recession. However, the liquidity cycles and a weakening dollar are pointing towards a bullish Q4 for risk assets like crypto, setting up 2025 to being a huge year for the Bitcoin-led bull run. As you can see, the global liquidity index seems to look as if it's very shortly about to break out to the upside, which in the past has coincided with the major Bitcoin bullish movements, as you can see in the green boxes here. Looking at Casper now, and despite my prediction for a new all-time high for Casper during the summer months of July or August, the issues connected with the launch of the KC20 beta subdued the price below breaking out aggressively. And then, shortly afterwards, the global stock market dip tied to the yen trade and fears of a recession caused Casper's price to fall below 19 cents and have since been held by a leash down in the 14 to 16 cents range. However, just recently, Casper has begun to close the gap to its all-time high, and a bullish reversal to the upside seems to be playing out right now, suggesting that the next major peak may be on its way for late September-October time. So let's take a look at the fundamental news that coincides with this bullish price trajectory upwards. First up, and arguably most importantly, is the official mainnet launch of the KC20. After months and months of developing and testing, the Casplex team has finally announced that the KC20 will launch this Sunday on the 15th of September. This will without a doubt be huge for Casper's network utility, as an array of tokens, meme coins, and soon hopefully stable coins will be traded on its lightning fast block DAG. Consequently, this will grow the number of eyes on Casper's network, as well as putting it in direct competition with the likes of Tron for stablecoin transactions and Solana for the sale of meme coins and NFTs. Just yesterday, the Casplex team teased that integration for KC20 tokens with centralized exchanges is already in progress. Therefore, maybe even on the day of launch of the KC20 or just shortly afterwards, some exchanges will be listing some of the KC20 meme coins, providing ease of buying for the tokens and a more friendly user experience, which should therefore broaden initial demand, as many people will struggle figuring out how to mint and use hot wallets and all of that sort of stuff. As with any new marketplace, do be very careful with your money, as ultimately there will be a lot of scams around attempting to prey on the hype of the KC20, such as fake giveaways and so on. So make sure you do always do your own research and remain cautious. In addition to the KC20, the KEF, the organization behind supporting Casper's ecosystem, have officially launched a plan called the Catalyst Program, whereby they will be providing $10 million worth of funding to be directed into grants, user and developer education, infrastructure development, community events, and much more, in the hopes of incentivizing and igniting major attention towards Casper and its brand new KC20 ecosystem. Clearly, this huge amount of money behind just effectively the marketing side of the KC20 is a great sign that highlights the dedication and organization that these projects built around Casper like the KEF and Casplex have. This funding is exceptionally important in attracting the top minds in the industry to come on board and contribute their experience to Casper's development, and ultimately incentivizes adoption at such a quick rate that could see Casper fly up the rankings of the top 20 cryptocurrencies at a rapid pace. On top of that, Casper's core developer Michael Sutton has just completed the integration of stable Rust code language onto Casper's mainnet, which is great since it allows the huge community of programmers who code in Rust to easily and seamlessly begin contributing and developing on the Casper network, making Casper an ideal place to build dApps and smart contracts on in the future. By the way, talking about a rather fun conspiracy for Casper, Michael Sutton has recently changed his Twitter profile picture, and amusingly, some people on Twitter have found that the last 4 times he changed it, Casper's price followed with a large pump fairly soon afterwards. Obviously, clearly his activity on Twitter has no bearing to the Casper price. However, it is fun to think that the coincidence may carry on given that he just changed it a couple days ago, and all of this great fundamental news about Casper growing at the moment may very well see that this coincidence does continue and a big pump in price may follow in the coming weeks. Now, looking what another, arguably even bigger Casper organisation have been getting up to, the Casper Industrial Initiative. They have recently been teasing major plans linking CAS to the energy sector. They've suggested that Casper will be powering carbon offset, emissions trading, green investment, climate finance, carbon credit and much more. The KII aims that Casper will be transforming corporate energy into digital investments, and it has been rumoured that Casper will be utilised hand in hand with solar power energy too. So ultimately, while we do not know much at the moment about what the KII is up to, it sounds like they have some hugely bullish plans for Casper, which again will help drive adoption particularly into a completely different industry, the energy sector, which again should turn a lot more heads and put a lot more eyes on the project. Now, over on crypto Twitter, there has been an enormous amount of hype in the Casper community towards the potential listing, spot listing that is, of Casper onto multiple large American tier 1 centralized exchanges. In my last video, I spoke about the potential for America's biggest exchange, Coinbase, listing it very soon, so go watch that after this video if you haven't already. But I also suggested the fact that Binance and Kraken are likely going to be the soonest tier 1 exchanges to list Casper. Well, recently on the Rock the Casper podcast, they claim that they have received some leaked alpha, and here's what they had to say.
So here is the alpha. There is a new US exchange coming. Yeah, massive alpha. Now the rumour is it's going to be sort of September, October time. And there you have it, straight from the bird's mouth.
Huge. In my opinion, the most likely spot listing is Kraken, since they already have Casper on their roadmap of coins they're looking to list soon. Alternatively though, it could be Binance US, which have been pushing a significant amount of content out about Casper, as they recently added it to their mining pool for their users. Either way, if their alpha is correct, as you heard, at least one American exchange is set to list Casper, and consequently that will open the floodgates for the rest of the tier 1s and American exchanges to list it too. So again, even more bullish news as buying Casper will become easier for the masses, which will coincide with Casper's next big pump upwards. For those of you like myself who support the mathematical theory that Casper's price, just like Bitcoin, is following a mathematical power law, here is a couple more charts that will just blow your mind. By the way, well done to the work of Crypto Proselyte on Twitter who has pointed this out. These charts show that many major traditional assets trend to zero against Casper's power law. As you can see here, the price of gold trends to zero against the price of CAS with an R-squared value of 0.9448, suggesting a 94% accuracy. Oil trends to zero against CAS with an R-squared value of 0.9525, suggesting a 95% power law accuracy. And even the S&P 500 trends to zero against Casper with an R-squared value of 0.9446, so a 94% accuracy. Crypto Proselyte also claims that even against Bitcoin heads to zero against Casper's power law with an 89% accuracy, which is still somewhat high. However, it could mean that perhaps Bitcoin is most likely to break apart from that and may not in fact continue to act like this according to Casper's power law. Either way though, the fact that gold, oil and the S&P 500 are all trending downwards in a power law against Casper's price is such an incredibly bullish signal that reiterates the idea that Casper is the best and arguably the safest asset one could choose to hold now and into the future, as long as it continues to remain accurate with its power law. Miko Geno, aka Plan K, has also pointed out that the Casper price to age chart is also following a power law with a staggering 95% accuracy, meaning we can theoretically predict future fair price extremely accurately. Even Casper's hash rate over time follows a power law of a very similar 95% accuracy as well. So for those of you who are power law subscribers like myself, despite some choppy and boring price action over the last couple months, Casper's power laws still remain valid and the future is looking extremely bright for the project. So there you have it, the Bitcoin reversal, KRC20, KEF funding and marketing, Rust language implementation, Casper's industrial initiative and energy sector plans, new American CEX listings, and strong continuation of Casper's mathematical power laws all seem to be lining up together at the perfect time, signaling that within weeks we could be pushing a new all-time high. And once that 21 cents resistance is breached, then it is time to strap up because Casper's going to skyrocket into aggressive price discovery. If you did enjoy watching, these videos do take me a while to make, so make sure to give the video a like, leave a comment and share it to your crypto friends, and subscribe if you're new to help push my content out to more viewers. You can also follow me on Twitter for my philosophical insights into understanding Casper as the successor of Bitcoin and the world's first ever true organic hard money. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.